104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's
Get
6:01
closer.
a.m.
Almost Friday. Almost.
I know. I know.
But it's not.
Believe me, I know.
Yeah.
Like you're going to go anywhere, Roula. It's like, I'm sure, like, you know, if for people that are just tuning in, maybe they've missed a couple of weeks, Roula is broadcasting from home because she had ankle surgery. You're not going anywhere. Like the days must just roll into days, not even knowing what day it is.
The reason I was saying, oh, believe me, I know, is because, you know, we are a bit of workaholics here on the Roula and Ryan Show. Would you not say that's true?
Oh, yeah.
And
Love it.
I really should probably not have come back to work until tomorrow. But I thought, well, I could just scooter myself over my little home studio and do my thing. Well, I just I left the door open.
Oh, and you can't close.
I left the door open. It is 4 feet from this desk, but it might as well be Memorial Park one round because I am incapacitated. I cannot. Once I sit down like this with this cast, I'm like, oh God, the door's open. So then I just try to like stretch this thing, this tripod halo light to see if I could reach it.
Put you
to
on a
close
gurney.
it.
That's what they got to do.
No, we can't.
Wheel you around.
Because then you guys are going to be like, you sound like you're laying down and it's all echoey for
I
some
don't care if you're laying
reason.
down.
That is true. If you're laying down, it'd be kind of get comfortable. You might fall asleep.
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Yeah.
We go to
So,
Roula.
if I could just sleep in and not worry about getting this giant leg out of bed,
Plus, you
and
have to
on
get
the
up
scooter and over here.
early to get ready to get just to the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're saying, now it takes you
Yeah,
forever.
it takes a while to go to the bathroom, so I can't really do a comfortable bathroom break during the show unless it's like, if you hear the show come back and I'm not back, it's because I went to the bathroom because it takes that long.
Yourself.
Oh, my God.
Put a diaper on.
Definitely did not do that.
I got
So
lots
anyway,
of
it's been
diapers if
something
you
use
need one.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to fit.
Take like 10
You know
of
what?
them.
Actually, Sam, I was worried. Remember, I think I said this the week before the surgery. I was like, do I have to wear adult diapers? Am I going to get to the bathroom in time?
I was wondering that.
No, I have not
Yeah.
done that.
It is.
Okay.
It's
Plan
an
ahead.
ordeal when you're incapacitated. You've had surgery and you got to use the restroom.
Like a bedpan or something.
I used a bedpan when I had my skydiving accident. That was just a pee. So if the other thing happened, yeah, it was just like what Roula's saying. It's a major production to get up and try and go to the toilet.
Imagine having to get up, though, to pee. We don't have the luxury of a bedpan.
Right. We don't just pee in a bottle like a plastic.
And more props to-
That would be lovely if we
To
could.
nurses out there that have to deal with this every day.
Oh, yeah.
Changing patients and doing all that.
Talking with patients, making them feel comfortable.
Of course.
No, but it's not natural for any of us to do it like that on a bed.
No.
Or even to have somebody help you go to the restroom, or perhaps make you help you go to the restroom. Because there are a lot of people who are immobilized where they can't take care of business once they got to the restroom.
See, that's
So-
a whole different level of your relationship. That's when you know you're in it for the long haul. You know, everybody says you can never recapture those butterflies, you know, when you first meet and all the action and everything. But that gets replaced by something so much more important. You know, as you grow together and you just, you know, you start a family, you fall deeper in love, and you're there for each other.
Look at you getting all deep.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that's zen.
No, I'm
feel
just
like
saying.
I like that.
This is like the notebook.
What I say,
Ryan.
that first couple of days after I got
Zion.
home, I said, marry somebody who will take you to the bathroom in the middle of the night and not care if they have
who
to
you wanna
actually
grow
help
old
you
with.
follow it through.
Yeah.
That's why when we see these sugar daddies with these young 24-year-olds.
You think she's really going to care when you're on your deathbed? She's just going to be licking her
You're
lips
hire a
waiting
nurse.
for your checking
Yeah, I
account.
was just thinking that. She'll hire somebody.
Yeah, hire
She's
somebody.
not worried about it.
Yeah, she ain't going
Yeah,
to take care
she'll
of you.
hire a nurse. It's fine.
Should be out there.
So today is already August the 3rd, and it is a Thursday, as we said, so much closer to Friday, which today is Roula and Ryan's Roses. Today we continue with the summer of 2023. We're getting closer to the end of the summer where we give away that $10,000.
I'll tell you what. Normally, I love the summer to last this long, but it is so freaking hot. It's just getting worse and worse. It's going to be 108 heat index today.
I must be the opposite. I'd love this city come November. November till March is when I love.
It's like a sweet spot. Yeah.
Yeah, weather feels good.
Because we're going to Galveston this weekend, but I'm like, and I love it there. I love it, the heat and the waves and stuff, but I love when it's kind of a little cool, a little brisk.
Yeah. Like right now.
We only get that for like 3 weeks here.
If you go to the neighborhood pool or you're lucky enough to have a pool, it's like getting in a bowl of hot soup. There's no relief in sight.
When does that close? Labor Day?
Usually.
Labor Day, usually the public pool is closed. You know what I found over the years, though? Some of these plastered pools of the communities versus some of the newer pools, the way they line them, the plastered pools hold their cooling, I guess, refreshment factor longer.
I don't know.
I don't know why that is.
It could be deeper, too. If you got a deep
Yeah.
pool, the water takes, the sun's not going to.
Well, masonry generally holds the cold a little bit better than other materials. You know,
Yeah.
you think about the cold, the brick rooms that you can find up on the East Coast, and it keeps them nice in the basement.
yeah.
In the basement's
Yeah,
always
basement,
kept
yeah.
cold.
Basement's always cold and your
Yeah.
feet
Wish
are
we
freezing.
had a
love it.
basement
I love
here.
Yeah.
basements.
There's a few houses
to
in
go.
Houston that have basements. I actually went to one time. I did a fundraiser at some house, and it actually it had a basement. I was like,
Wait,
wow, how's
yours
this
had a
possible?
basement. The house that we went into.
Yeah.
The one we're building. Has
cellar.
but it's not. It's more of a.
No.
It's going to be more of a, like, this, what size
Wine
is this
cellar
room?
or
Wine
what?
cellar.
What is this room size, Kev?
18 by what?
Yeah.
20?
Yeah. Maybe 200 square feet.
Like where I grew up, my basement was 2,000 square feet.
Right. It was the whole
That's
size
like a
of the
whole
house.
house.
to the house.
It's a house under a house.
Actually, it was 3,000 square feet.
Holy cow, that's a
Dang.
huge basement.
the whole footprint of the house.
Yeah, they had like 3 bedrooms down there, a barber shop.
I
my
remember you
stepmom
saying
had a
that.
place
Yeah,
because she cut hair.
3 bedrooms were downstairs.
Yeah, living room and
Whoa.
How many bedrooms were upstairs?
3, like 4.
Oh, yeah, 7
So you had a
bedroom
7
house.
bedroom house.
Yeah, well, they built that after I was going, and they didn't even need it. That's because I was going to college then.
Right.
You know, I grew up in like a 1,600 square, 1,400 square foot house, but I had that basement, so it felt like
Right. It
They're
felt massive.
hoping you and your siblings would make a whole bunch of little ones to come out to the
Move
farm.
into the family
Oh, not really.
complex.
Get working.
At first, they didn't have me in the architect looking at the house. Like, no, there's no bedroom for me. Oh, thanks. You got the stepmom's kids there. Where's Erica?
Oh,
That was like when
My
I
dad had to
graduated.
say, "Oh yeah, where's my son's room?"
Yep.
So they put a room
You're
there.
getting edged
thanks.
out, buddy.
Yeah, I was getting edged
I
out.
mean, that's when I graduated from
On the
college. I
beach.
came back. My parents had separated. My mom got her own place with my 2 other brothers. You know, they were still in school. And I was like, I need a bedroom. Oh, no.
Oh.
Go find your own. I had to get an apartment. I was living in a garage.
couldn't
Not a
put
garage apartment, in a garage. I rented
Did she have the
somebody's
boys
garage.
share a room, or was it they each had a room?
No, they had to share a room.
So there's only
wow.
she moved into a
She
two-bedroom.
moved into a 2-bedroom
Oh,
apartment. And then I was like, oh, guess she goes, oh, you can sleep on my couch for a couple of weeks, which I did. And I apartment hunted. And the only thing I could afford, it was, you know where that Carrabba's is? Right off of Kirby
Yeah, but,
in Richmond?
back by there by Mia's table.
Right on the corner of Bernard Street.
behind there.
Yeah. So I lived in this old woman's garage. It had a toilet and it had a bathtub
How'd you make money?
and a sink.
Is that when you worked at Kmart and stuff?
No, that was when I was working in radio. I was working at a video store. I was DJing.
Should have worked at Kmart. You would have made more.
Oh,
right.
I know. Yeah, everybody
Probably you
thinks
could have made a manager.
Yeah.
I could be the assistant
You'd be the
manager
COO right now.
of an out-of-business company.
I feel like my family is very rare in the fact that the house my parents still live in is the house that I was born and raised in. I still have my bedroom.
Aw, that's
All the stuff's in
My-
there still, like your posters?
No,
or?
no. Thank goodness.
Who redid it? Did they or did you?
Oh no, my mom and dad painted somebody to repaint it. Once they they repainted upstairs because my bedroom's purple, but it's funny. My bedroom is still purple. Like I didn't have it purple when I was younger. It was always white, and then I just had posters everywhere. But then when I moved out, they made it purple, and I find that funny
Like
because
deep purple
Like
or like
lavender?
no,
lavender?
it's a really nice lavender purple. It's a very soothing purple color. And then
It's not like Barney purple.
no. But I find it funny because it's like it's my room, but it's not my room. Like you didn't have to paint it my favorite color.
Can I ask you, Sam,
cute.
what is the statute of limitations? Every day I walk by my daughter's bedroom. She moved away like
Right.
5 months ago.
How much stuff does she have still there?
Her bedroom's as if she's going to come home tomorrow. You know, like it's still like her bedroom. At what point do you say, it's time to turn this into an office?
Is she sentimental?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then that probably won't work. Like
Because
me,
you don't have an office otherwise,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I
You just have a
do.
nook.
You had that one room where you did the
I
COVID
do. Yeah.
shows.
I have an office, but I was
Okay.
thinking about turning this into more like a painter studio, you know, like
Oh, yeah, you
oh
have a
yeah,
place
that
to
would be
paint.
nice. Maybe just ask her. Like with me, I'm not sentimental, and my
I don't
mom
know
has
what to do with all her
boxes
stuff.
and boxes of my stuff, and I'm like, Mom, get rid of
She'll
it.
stay at your ex-wife's house.
Yeah,
You'll
she
never
was
see her
still
then.
there.
Yeah, I'll never see her. So I guess I got to keep the bedroom there.
Keep it as
I
a
was not
shrine.
asked. My room is completely gone. It was taken over by Michelle because Michelle, my dad's significant other, can't sleep in the same bed as him because he snores so bad.
Well, he passed that on to you.
God, they're that
Yes,
couple
he did.
that
Yes,
doesn't
he
sleep
did.
together
And
in the
they're
same room?
very happy that way. It's been that way for 20 years. And so,
20 years?
20 years. And as soon as she moved in, she took over my room, and it's very pretty now. But
Did that
it's
cause
like,
a little contention with you and her?
No, I love her so much.
Where'd
She
you
is
sleep
an
then?
amazing person. And so now I had to get kicked down to my little brother's bedroom, which just got flipped into like a room with a full bed in it. How are you going to sleep with your partner in a full bed? You cannot do that.
God.
That's
way.
that's elbow
It's
sleep.
like head to face, like foot to
Yes.
face.
It's rough.
It is the
No.
worst. Full beds suck.
Yeah.
2 people. Good point.
Yeah, full beds are supposed to be like the big kid bed for kids as they grow.
Exactly.
But then, the most
College dorm.
economically, I guess, best idea is I've done the full bed thing, and now I'm like, these kids are growing so fast.
No, don't do it.
I gotta go Queens.
My mom's listening. Can you be any more dramatic? I'm not being dramatic, mother.
Real quick, what was the poster? What kind of posters did you have? Was it soccer players?
I think it was soccer players. I think it was Mia Hamm when she scored a goal and she had her sports bra on and she slid into the corner goal
Yeah, which is-
or the
Oh,
corner
nice.
kick. It was like the coolest thing ever. I was like, she is awesome.
And Eric, you had what poster in your bedroom?
I had Cindy Crawford, lots of Cindy Crawford, and I saw Macho Man Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth and Christina Applegate holding the hawk. Just Google
Miss
Christina
Elizabeth.
Applegate hawk
Where's that Miss
photo.
Elizabeth
Poster.
now?
Kevin, what about
You
you?
can
Any
show me
posters?
it.
I don't think I had posters. I had Star Trek models and Legos.
Oh
and,
my
and probably a
gosh.
light bright.
And Roula, what'd you have on the wall?
Definitely had a picture of George Michael. And I shared my room with my sister, so I only had one piece of the wall that I could call mine, and it had a George Michael
Roula's
fake
nook.
picture.
You're like, someday he'll be mine. Well, boy, I was way off on that
Oh,
one.
watch the Wham documentary
It's
is
good.
very good.
It's good.
It's
yeah.
really good.
I'm not a Wham fan, and it was very
But it's so
interesting.
well
Makes
done
you a
that-
Wham fan.
Yeah.
It almost does.
I still
Yeah.
want to wear those
Almost.
shorts in here.
Oh, the cheesy music they made in the UK though is just unpalatable.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
we're going to talk about a little about that since you brought it up. I will mention that, but also in this culture of canceling, you could say to yourself, I don't know any of these trolls on the internet that are trying to take me down. It's going to roll right off my back. But when your idol has canceled you, is there anywhere to hide?
Left a name out.
Oh, God, this is so crazy.
I wonder if it got back to her. You know it did. You know
It definitely has gotten back. Well, here's your official weather for today.
Another heat advisory. Index is supposed to feel like 108 right now, 82 degrees and 614 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
From the big screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
All right. I want to remind everybody that we've got the summer of 2020 free still happening 8:20 this morning. It's 8:20, 1:20, and 5:20. Your chance to score Post Malone tickets to see him next week at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, and that makes you a finalist for $10,000 that we're
Sweet.
giving away at the end of the summer. So exciting. So that's happening 8:20 this morning. Yesterday, we had big bombshell news about Lizzo, the fact that 3 of her dancers are suing her for a variety of charges. 2 of those dancers were fired. 1 resigned just to show, to be in unison with the 2 that got
Solidarity.
fired.
Yeah.
Solidarity. And then a couple other dancers who are not involved in the lawsuit. These are girls that were on her tour. She won an Emmy for her Amazon documentary. Let's hear it for the big girls. And other girls who are not involved in the lawsuit were saying, yeah, we can absolutely say that stuff was happening. And now it gets really deep, because there's one thing if there's one side of the story and then the whole internet and social world is turning against you and you're like, okay, well, let's just wait and see what happens. There's a woman named Sophia Nolly Allison. She has come forward as well to back up everything the dancers are claiming about Lizzo, because Sophia spent a lot of time with Lizzo because she was going to direct a documentary about Lizzo. According to this story, she quickly bailed out because Lizzo was disrespectful, arrogant, self-centered, and unkind. And she says other women have come to her with similar horror stories. So even if all that is happening, you could still say, well, I know who I am, and I know my people know me, and my whole, people are going to rally for me. But As we all know, Lizzo loves Beyonce. I mean, she bows down.
When
as
we
she did
interviewed her, she
at
said
the
that
Grammys.
she loved her.
I mean, she did that whole thing at the Grammys about how she was a kid when Destiny's Child was performing, and listening to them perform made Lizzo believe she could do it too. And so she really, I mean, Beyonce's like highest on her of the pedestals. Well, when Beyonce was doing the Renaissance tour show the other night, yesterday during Break My Soul, she name drops a lot of influential women, and Lizzo was left off that list this time.
Yeah, because she's usually in the list in the litany of names that she throws out there. Yeah, she's usually on it, but she repeated Erykah Badu a couple times instead.
Well, I mean, can you blame her right now? You kind of want to stay away from controversy. The thing I don't like is that most people are tried and convicted in the public eye before they ever go to any kind of trial for real. Everybody's quick to make a snap
That is
decision.
correct, including us, right?
But there's
including
various
us with these actors that were doing all these terrible things during the beginnings of the Me Too movement. Any man that came forward, we're like, oh man, this is bad.
Yeah.
And then you find the Kevin Spacey story. I'm saying including us because I know there's been commentary about Kevin Spacey on this show. I don't know Kevin Spacey, but I would tend to kind of err towards the side of, oh crap.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
when
a
there's
lot of
smoke,
people
there's
coming out
usually
about
fire.
him.
I was going to tell you, Roula, if you want to watch on the Max app, they have House of Hammer, and it's about the Army Hammer story. And I watched this, and it's not just him; it's his entire family.
Yeah, it's not MC Hammer. I was so
no Army Hammer.
No,
ticked
so
off.
that's
It's called
what
House of Hammer,
Oh, I
and
got the
it
pants
is.
on. I was ready to go. It was the hammer time.
You know, the
This sucks.
allegations that we heard, when his career kind of got canceled. Wow, it's nothing. When you watch the documentary, it's like, how's this guy not in jail? He's a monster.
Did you guys hear about that radio guy Friday? He's in D.C. His name's Don Geronimo, I believe. It's like
Don
Don and Mike. They're a
Geronimo?
famous show in the 90s.
Okay.
This guy type show. And he's on like a sports station. And they're live from the, what's the name of their team? Commandos? Okay.
Commanders?
Or,
Oh,
Commanders.
for Washington
Whatever the losers.
Commanders.
They're there during the practice, and this reporter, I guess, walked by, blonde haired, tall lady, and he's like, "Oh, look at that Barbie over there," and he said a few things, not like I want to bang Barbie or anything. It was just like, "Oh, look at that Barbie over there," and said a few things, and he got fired because of that, because the girl got insulted. She's like, "I've been doing this job for 27 years, and for him to call me a Barbie, and it's just so insulting," and then they fired his butt.
Whoa.
And how long ago did he do this?
It was on Friday, and he was fired Friday afternoon. It was
Wow.
Friday morning. He goes, I didn't know who she was. I mean, but because he called her a Barbie. He's like, I was trying to be funny and topical.
I mean, it's
So he's a Barbie.
insulting. It's insulting, but that's taking things a little far. To fire a guy?
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
dang, you got to be careful what you say out there.
Yeah.
It makes you just
true.
not want to even touch social media.
Well, listen, let me throw this back to what Special K had said earlier, because now I'm so interested. On Netflix, there is a documentary about Wham. We mentioned that before we got into Scoop. Like, wow, it's actually pretty good. It's about George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley and how they started Wham and how Wham really took over the world. I was too young to absorb that. I just know Jitterbug and I know Wake Me Up Before You Go, but that was like, those were older kids that were singing that, you know? So I was looking, Kevin, during the commercial break. Was that Amazon Prime or was that Netflix? It's Netflix, but Amazon Prime has six, count them, six George Michael documentaries.
Oh my God.
And six George Michael documentaries. And on the Netflix special, when I pulled it up, Kev, during the commercial break, so I could look to see, wait, this is the right one we were talking about, right? It just happened upon the 37th minute. Do you guys see this right here? The 37th minute. It says Willowbrook Mall.
Oh, yeah.
And it says Wham at Sam Goody today.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, wait, is that our Willowbrook Mall?
It
Or
is.
is there a Willowbrook Mall in L.A.?
Back your
Because
phone
this
up a
is
little
the
bit.
scene of the
Purple.
documentary.
The purple.
Yeah,
That
looks like Willowbrook. That's the mall that's close to me.
This is the scene in the documentary where they say this is where Wham did their first visit to America, and they saw how huge the success was in America. And the video is of the Sam Goody at Willowbrook Mall. And
That's
I'm like, this can't
too
be ours.
funny.
It doesn't say
Is there an
Houston
East
in the
Coast?
documentary.
Willowbrook Mall? Or is
There-
that-
Well, this would be
Maybe.
West Coast because they're talking
West Coast?
about hitting America, and it looks like L.A. is the drive.
Yeah,
let me
Google
rewind
Willowbrook.
Figure
10
from London
seconds.
to New York
It's
would be closer.
October 1984. I know there's a bit of reflection what y'all are saying. Look, it's them talking, and then it's going to hit October 1984. That's not Houston, I don't think.
That's L.A.
But Willowbrook Mall?
Let me
I was
see.
like, wow. And they do a whole thing at Sam Goody, Willowbrook Mall, and there's tons of kids there.
I don't see a Willowbrook Mall, Los Angeles. When you Google it, it's just Willowbrook Mall here.
So I guess they just showed Like they talked to the manager. Let me see what the manager's name is.
Was that
Were
guy
you a
still
manager
alive?
in 1984?
Well, that's 39 years ago. I mean,
Are
if
you
the guy
hearing
was like
Houston?
40, he'd be like an elderly person right now.
This guy was the district manager
look
of Sam
healthy.
Goody in 1984 of the Willowbrook Mall. Sam Goody.
That's crazy. When you say Sam Goody, when I was 18 years old, I worked at that record store.
Sam
You know where
Goody.
City Center is now?
Yeah.
It used to be the Town and Country Mall. They tore it down, but I worked at that record store.
I was going to ask what Sam Goody was.
Oh yeah, I was
It's
sorry,
a record
Sam, I didn't
store.
explain.
It was?
Sam
Okay.
Goody was where you got your cassettes.
They were called Pickwick Music,
Oh,
and they got
albums.
bought out by Sam Goody.
I
Was
went
the
to
name of it.
Ours was
Got it.
Disc Jockey.
That was your record store?
That was the name of our cassette store and CD
Yeah, they had
store,
cassettes
Disc
and
Jockey.
CDs. I don't know why they called it a record store. They just sold cassettes
That's where I bought
and CDs.
my first album or cassette to play
I
in my
went to
car.
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack didn't sell albums.
They didn't sell it.
They didn't sell music at Radio Shack.
a remote control car and some-
radio.
You got like an old
Rechargeable
school tape recorder or something.
Yeah. Did not sell music, but did sell actual radio.
They tried to come back like 8 years ago.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they hired
Did
Nick
not
Cannon.
succeed.
No.
I'm like-
Where they hired who, Eric?
Nick
Nick Cannon.
Cannon.
He was like in charge of like
To
a
try and, like,
consultant,
yeah.
like the face of the
They
brand.
should have hired Shaq.
Oh, it didn't matter.
Oh
It's
my
like
God, I
the
know.
product
No,
was
Shaq-
antiquated.
anything
It'd be
Shaq
like if
touches, it would
Yeah.
be
True.
Yeah, but I
you
mean,
would have one literally like 2 doors down.
Shaq isn't going to be able to bring back Photomat or some kind of things that technologies that are now.
He can do anything.
Like Best
I
Buy.
don't know. He
took Radio
could.
Shack.
He could,
You know.
Ryan. Wasn't there? Was it last week, Sam? I think
Somebody
at the end
opened
of
up a
the
video
week,
store.
There was an interview with Shaq about when he had all that money when he was first starting out in basketball. Did we play it on the air? I just heard it on my own, and he said
you,
in this
you heard it
interview-
on your own.
Okay, so he was doing an interview about, he just opened the chicken place over here in the corner of Westheimer and Gessner where
But that's
that little
different,
bakery
Roula.
used
I
to be.
mean,
Hold
that's.
on, let me get to it. Let me get to it. He's in all these things now. He does those general commercials. He does Icy Hot. I mean, really, Shaq's got the golden touch.
Yes.
And he says in this interview that when he first got his basketball money, and he was fairly new still, we played, the Rockets played the Magic when Shaq was basically a rookie, right? Wasn't he, Eric? He was a rookie those years.
Yeah, it was only a few years.
But he was
Wasn't
still
rookie,
like, oh my
rookie,
God,
but-
this kid. He says that he had a financial guy look at his stuff. Actually, I think it was the banker said to him, hey, I just want to let you know, because you're really young and I really like you, and I see this all the time, look at your bank statements. He was $80,000 in the hole. He had no money.
Wow.
And he was playing basketball. And he goes, look, I just don't want you to go by the wayside of all these other athletes. And Shaq said, I hear that all the time. Don't be like all those other athletes.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself,
They got an
well, I gotta get
entourage.
somebody.
They got too many people on the payroll.
Or just, they're just spending money like crazy.
Shaq
And so
can't
he
bring
said
back
he-
an
Like keeping up
obsolete
with the
product.
Joneses.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he said he did this huge
can
thing
do
where
anything,
trying to
Ryan.
find the right financial person. He did all these interviews of all these financial people, and some of these guys would be like, okay, listen, you give me, you have a $70 million contract coming up. I'm gonna turn that to $200 million for you. And Shaq's like, this guy sounds too good to be true. And he went with this little Jewish man who told him straight up, listen, I'm not going to tell you today I'm going to turn you into $200 million, but I'm going to get you on the right path for you to have $200 million.
And he was
He goes,
sold?
all right. That guy sounds good. He's still his financial guy to this day.
And
Wow.
And look at all the stuff.
And I
he's
like
got.
Shaq. I'm like Sam, but the only thing I don't like is when he did his like top 10 all time players, and he put himself on there. He didn't put Akeem Olajuwon. I'm like,
He left off Akeem.
how do you not put him in top
He's like
10?
he's in the top 5.
I mean,
How long ago
especially for
did you do
centers,
that,
he's top
Eric?
5.
Yeah.
He did like 4 days ago. I mean, I'm all for putting yourself on there because you should be confident in your abilities. He was
Yeah.
awesome.
But
Right.
Akeem.
But Akeem kicked your
Well,
butt.
he should say, besides myself.
Yeah.
Make a joke like that.
Yeah.
Right?
But
no,
Olajuwon
he
doesn't
actually
get much
put
credit
himself
around
on the list.
the world like he should.
He really should.
NBA.
No.
He was one of the all-time greats.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Because he didn't
And-
buy into the machine, Eric. That's why.
That's true.
He wouldn't buy into the machine.
He didn't do a lot of commercials.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you have a lot to say when you listen to the Roula and Ryan show.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the form of a listener line call at 713-278-VENT. That's 8368. Let's check in with your calls next on the Roula and Ryan show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with Roula and Ryan's listener line.
You have 912 messages.
Ew. Screw you, clown.
You are a know-it-all, know-nothing. Really?
104.1 KRBE.
All right, that number is 713-278-VENT.
I
Listener
always
lines
say if
hit
you
and
leave
miss.
a message on the listener line, you're going to be the star of the listener line segment, depending on what you say. And you could make it to that Hall of Fame opening, right?
Oh, yeah.
Depending on what you say.
We have updated that. That's
Yeah, we
true.
have update. We have several
I
versions
stopped
of it.
saying ew after you brought it to my attention. So
Ew.
just kidding.
We do need We have a bunch of people
Yeah.
like after me. We should make a couple of those,
Like little collages
like,
of us.
like a rotator type things. You know,
Man,
he does,
baby.
believe it or not, how he changes it
Oh,
up.
yeah, man, baby
Believe it or not,
one.
Rula's extra white or something. What was it?
Yeah. We
I'm
have
very pale.
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 See through her skin.
I can see. through
Eric
my
gets
skin. I'm very
offended
pale.
easily.
Yeah.
I think the man baby lady really should be in the next intro.
Oh yeah,
Because
I
she's
like her.
become a regular. Oh, we love her. She's so eloquent.
She attacks me, jabs me, which is I like.
Yeah.
But she gets right to the point.
She does, and she liked listening to Rapid Fire yesterday.
Hey guys, great round of rapid fire today. Sam, first of all, belated congratulations on your baby boy Santi. And congratulations, girl, for winning today's rapid fire. Awesome. Gosh, Roula, that is cold. The decision to put Roula in the mystery box while she's at home recovering from surgery. That is just, whew, that's cold.
Yep.
But on the real, though, can y'all also send a camera and videotape the whole thing? Because I really want to see her do the mystery box from our house. And Eric. Oh, wow. This unfortunate. Just eliminated in the first round. Sucks for you, huh? Love it. Man, baby got eliminated in the first round.
Ouch.
Love it.
And we will record that mystery box on Monday at 7:40. Mm-hmm. We'll definitely get video of that, Roula.
No one is spared on this show. It doesn't matter if you've been
Oh,
stricken
darn,
with
look
something.
at me. I can't scooter to my front door to open it. It's unfortunate. You'll be standing outside in the front yard.
Ahmad's going to be with bullhorn. Let me in.
Yesterday at 7:20, we were doing Rate Your Secret. Here's one, and it deals with the Taylor Swift concert that happened. When was that? About a month ago? 2 months ago?
When was that?
The which one?
Taylor Swift when she came to Houston.
Well, she was here in April.
It was April. It was that
yeah,
long
April
ago.
22nd.
Wow.
It felt like it was yesterday. Now it's
Wow, April 22nd.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, she's
23rd.
had something on her mind about the Taylor Swift concert.
You guys know that Taylor Swift came to town. I absolutely love me some Taylor Swift. And so does my best friend, who originally was coming with me to the concert. I got both of our tickets on Ticketmaster. And when I went back right before the concert to just check the tickets, I noticed that if I sold her ticket, I could get floor seats to Taylor Swift. So I sold her ticket and I got floor seats and I went by myself. I told her that Ticketmaster refunded both tickets and wouldn't let me get new tickets because it thought that I was a bot. I told her that it spit my tickets back out and wouldn't let me get more tickets. That's how she ended up not going, but I did.
I want to know more. I want to know, like, did she wonder, like, how did you go and have photos? Like, if all of a sudden
Right,
Kevin
did you
said,
not
Eric, sorry, we had no
Well,
tickets.
that's-
and then Kevin's there. I see photos, Instagram stories. I'm like,
You can't put it on social, that's all.
Or did you? I need to know more.
I need more. Yeah,
did
because
this
she said
girl
what
just
she
hide
bought
that she
4
went?
tickets instead of the
Floor.
2.
Floor.
Oh, floor.
At first I
Thank
thought
you.
floor.
So she
Well,
went on Ticketmaster.
thank you,
She was
thank
going to
you.
retrieve their
Got
tickets,
it.
and then when she saw, because she had online tickets,
Must have been up high in the back or something.
Got
and then
Thank
she saw,
you.
ooh, there's a floor seat. I can trade these two in for one
Floor,
ticket.
like the ground.
She screwed
Thank
her
you.
friend over and lied and said that, there was a
Definitely
mess
not
up
close
with
enough
those
of a
tickets.
friend.
Ooh,
She
that's
must have been on the
awkward.
cusp
Why would you-
of, I don't like you anymore.
I'd rather be with my friend in a crappy seat than have a good seat by myself.
I would think
Well,
so
it depends
too.
on the quality
Depends
of
on
friend,
who the
Eric.
concert is.
Yeah, I guess
Like
so.
Rilla said, it's not a real friend then.
How would
Yeah,
you
she
rate
must
that
have been already
secret?
sliding off that friend hill.
Like, if you had to
Oh.
rate that's a 10.
That's a 10 for friendship?
Oh, yeah.
Good friendship.
I don't know how you can go back after that, honest.
Well, her friend doesn't know.
Yeah, but she probably will once she listens to this and be like, oh, that's Rebecca.
Sam, nobody will call Rate Your Secret if they all feel.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get called
And the
out.
phone does kind of change your voice a little bit.
Yeah, if Rula called on her phone right now, we wouldn't
Probably
we'd be
not
like, "Is that
recognize
Rula?"
her.
Should we try it next? Should we try it next? I'll
No,
call
you're
you
not
on the phone.
phoning it in.
Sound.
You're phoning it in. You're already in your house.
Do
No.
an example.
If you think you're going to lay in bed on the phone and do the show, that's not happening.
That's really phoning it in.
No, I'm
Right.
just saying we could just do an example. Let's say what people think and see how
That's right.
different
Call-
it is.
call real quick.
Okay, let me call while you're doing the next little song.
Okay, so this one, remember we were talking about how you kind of get at your mate, how you do the little things
Yeah, little
just
things
to
yesterday.
torture them.
Yeah, like that lady would take screws. She'd go to the Home Depot or something and buy a bunch of bolts and screws and then just throw them around the house in corners and areas, and the husband would be going
Thought
nuts.
things are broken.
What
Yeah, underneath the couch, so it looked like the couch dropped some screws or the table dropped some screws. So dude would go looking for where do these go back into. They
Okay,
don't.
so here's the call about that.
When my husband would make me mad, he was very anal and hated wrinkled clothes. So when I was mad at him, when the clothes first came out of the dryer, instead of fluffing them, I'd wrinkle them up as hard as I could and leave them in the basket. And he wouldn't go off because he realized I did it on purpose. He'd just be going through his clothes looking for something to wear. Man, where my stuff's wrinkled up. And so he'd have a bad day. I would be glad.
Oh, my God.
What do you think about that, Roula?
I don't know. That was pretty good, actually. But I'm too OCD to let everything wrinkle. I probably would have just had to let it all fluff out.
Yeah,
How different does it sound?
You probably would have bought a new dryer.
Yeah.
Really be like, I'm out. I'm done with
Does
this
it
dryer.
sound different?
Yeah, you sound different.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I can hear it. I
Really?
mean, because
Like,
I
We know you.
Wait, ask me again, Eric. Ask me again. Go ahead. Ask me again what I think.
What do you think about that listener line call?
Well, I don't know. I would probably let everything just kind of fluff out. I'm not one of
If you talk like that, you sound like that cartoon baby.
You're like, wow, that really does change your voice.
Which way did he go? Which way did he go? That's what he sounds like.
Time for the Roula and Ryan show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
All right, it is brought to you by Duncan. We do have another heat advisory. Heat index is going to feel like 108 today. Houston.
Is that all?
Yeah, is that
So
all?
refreshing.
There's nothing refreshing about that whatsoever. Houston Independent School District is looking for bus drivers right now to help get the kiddos to school, and they're offering a bonus to sign on. So HISD will pay a $3,000 sign-on bonus to the first 50 CDL drivers hired for this upcoming year. They are also looking for 80 non-CDL drivers, and they'll pay them a $1,500 sign-on bonus if they are a successful candidate. They're also
And what does
rewarding
CDL stand for, Ryan? Do you even have that?
commercial
too?
driver license.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
CDLs. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have one.
So they're also rewarding perfect attendance, paying $500 for each month a driver does not miss a day of work. So they really
the
are
bonus
looking
there.
for school bus drivers right now.
Wait, you're saying they get a $500 bonus for every month they actually do their job?
Yeah, don't worry. You'd never get that bonus.
I'm saying. It's really an incentive.
With that foot, you're not going to be able to drive.
Okay, but what's a proper Ryan response to that? Well, I only had like my foot cut off.
Oh, yeah, you should have said that.
I've only been in surgery for the last.
Wait, you stop,
I have
Kevin.
three
I was only in
pins
the
in my
hospital
Sorry.
for 400 different procedures, but okay.
Sorry, I had to leave early. I
Hey,
was
for
on
once-
my deathbed.
For once this
Yeah.
year, it's like I don't have an ailment.
Dude, knock on wood.
Every other year.
Oh, behind you. Is that wood there?
Yeah, here.
You gonna break your hand?
My bone's broken my hand.
That didn't work out.
All eyes are going to be on Harris County Criminal Courthouse today. Let's see. Impeached Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is appearing before a judge today in Houston. He was ordered to show up in person at a hearing in the long-delayed felony securities fraud case against him. The criminal case against Ken Paxton goes back 8 years. This happened in 2015, and it is now going to court today in Houston. The 3-count felony indictment came down back in 2015, and that's what's going down in H-Town.
All right, coming up next, it is Thursday, which means Roula and Ryan's Roses is about to happen. If you have been curious about what's going on with your mate's behavior, you think this person might be stepping out on you, we're going to get you the answers next on the Roula and Ryan Show.